Typically, I do not like to post on Fridays because I know everyone is getting ramped up for the weekend. But this style, I had to share with you guys because I know my moms are going to want to duplicate this style over the weekend so that they can send their kids back to school the following week. So I had to push this out on a Friday just because I know you guys are going to want to do it just like I did. So now I saw this style done on a page called Precious Kids, and I'll make sure I link or mention that in my description so you guys can go check her page out. She has a lot of kids hairstyles, so I had to redo it, and this is how it is. So I'm gonna walk you guys through how I accomplished this style. Of course, you start with the middle part, and the middle part is definitely necessary for this style because it's another style that calls for symmetry. So we are going to make sure the middle part is really straight. Now, to do that, you have to make sure you get in front of the client or front of the kid to make sure you have a really straight middle part. And then after I accomplish that, now I'm going to do like a kind of like a curve C parting from the middle, with a sharp edge on the other side, as you can see. And I'm going to curve it around and bring it back towards the front of her head, kind of like where the hairline is the most receded. So that's where I'm going to bring the part at. And you guys have to be careful because we're working with symmetry. So we're going to be trying to make the same exact part on the other side. So once I've parted that out, I'm going to go ahead and braid that. And, we're doing stitch braids here. We're not adding any hair because it's just not necessary for this style and the length that her hair is. So as I'm braiding that braid, I kind of braid it with a curve so that it falls like that. And then I'm going to go from the tip of her ear and I'm going to part upwards towards the center part. I'm going to clean that up. Once I put some jam on it, I clean it up, and then I'm going to start another part that is going to be from the end of that first braid where that part ended. I'm going to start a part right there, and I'm going to meet it back, not necessarily in the middle, but kind of like maybe an inch away from the middle, but meeting up with the part that's coming from the ear. So I'm going to leave a little gap, maybe an inch or inch and a half gap from the middle, and then join those two parts together. So once I've cleaned everything up, and I put the jam, and molded my braid, I start to stitch braid again, and I'm going to stitch braid up until the finishing of this section. We definitely had a lot of battles with this style. She just wasn't having it. It was a little late, but we were able to get through it. So once I'm done with that, we're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. So first I'm gonna part out the front braid, and then I'm gonna do the side braid. And we're trying to make them equal. So as I'm parting, I'm looking back and forth at the other side to make sure that we have equal parts. Make sure to brush the thin baby hairs out of the way so that you don't, pull on those too tight. So, moms, when you're doing your toddler's hair, make sure to have snacks on hand for her. She loves her Lay's chips. So, that's what I have to kind of hand off to her to keep her distracted only for, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes, like it does the job. So, again, we're going for symmetry. So, I started this part right at the end of that tail the tail end of that first braid, and then I cut it short an inch from the center, and then I'm gonna just braid this section out of the way really fast, and then go in and stitch braid that side as well. All right, so now that we're at the back we're going to just do really, really simple. This style really doesn't take much time. If you, especially if you have a sitting toddler that's really just can hold their head properly, this style does not take that long. So for this side, we're just gonna rubber band it and make sure, a good technique is to soak your rubber bands in some type of oil, as far as jojoba oil, castor oil, oil that is good for hair, so that it doesn't snag on your toddler's hair when you have it on there. So what I did was part out right below the ear a section, and then I rubber band it, and then I twisted the ends. You have to do each side first because we're going to bring the end of the rubber band twist into the next section, and we're going to crisscross them up. So now I'm doing the second one, and then I'm going to bring the one on the left hand side up into the one on the right hand side, and that is how I'm going to do it to finish off this style. So now I've picked up the end of that one on the left, and then I'm going to add it in, put the rubber band around it, unravel the twist, and then twist it back together into one. And I'll show you guys that again in another. All right, so now I'm unraveling the twist just like that, and I did that for each and every one. I'm going to part it into a half. I put some jam on it, and then I just retwist it back together. And then I'm going to crisscross again to the other side. And this, you need eight quadrants or 8 sections in order to accomplish this. So 4 on each side, and then I crisscross each one. All right, so here you guys can make a decision, and if you want to bring everything together into one big ponytail or into 2 different sections. So for this, I part like a little part right there, making like a triangle, and then I'm going to rubber band that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to rubber band that and twist it, and then I'm going to crisscross those into 2 different sections. So once I've crisscrossed that, then I'm going to sleek that leftover hair down on both sides and put them into a ponytail. And then I'm going to twist the ends and wrap them. So I've done the left hand side already. So now I'm just twisting that last braid, and I'm going to just wrap them around in a circle. I'm going to throw some beads on the end of her hair, and then I'm gonna finish off the style. So it's a really quick style. It's super cute. In the picture or in the video that I saw of this style, they had some really nice bobos, really big bobos on those two knots at the top, and it looked really, really cute. But I didn't have that, so I went ahead and wrapped it with some strings, and this is how it turned out. I hope you guys like it. She has like her moving up ceremony, and this is what I did this style for. I try to throw a clip in there if I can of her singing on stage and performing. She likes to perform, as you can see. She loves to dance. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.